Hello everybody. Today we'll be solving Leetcode 2923. It's an easy level array-based problem. So let's understand the question. I have taken the example from the question and I've drawn the matrix over here. Let us take any particular index, for example, this one. So the grid G of I is 0 and J is 2 is 1. So what the question says is whenever the grid value is 1, that means ith the team, that means the 0th the team here is better or stronger than team number 2. Okay. Now what we have to find out is find out the strongest team among the whole tournament and return that one. Now we got the relation, as you can see, we got the relationship between 0th team and second team that 0 is greater than 2. This same relationship is also given by this particular index G of 2, 0, which is 0, implying that 0 is better than 2. So whenever it is 1, ith team is better than the jth team. Whenever it is 0, the jth team is better than the ith team. This is the question. And also, as we can see, any team can't be better than itself. These particular values, we don't really have to care about the diagonal matrices. Okay, now let us see how to solve this question. Now, let us traverse from here. Let us traverse the upper triangular matrix itself. This should be sufficient for getting all the relationships between all the teams. As you can see, the lower one would be exactly opposite. Here it is 0, it's 1. Here it is 1, it's 0, 1, 0. So what I'll be doing is I'll be drawing a graph for showing the relationship. For example, when we are at this particular value, 0 and 1, and the value is 0, that means the jth index is better than the ith index. Okay, so we will draw 1, the team 1 is better than team 0. Okay, now move on to this index. As the value is 1, the ith index is better than the jth index. So team number 0 is better than team 2. Whenever there's a stronger team, I'm drawing a graph with a directed graph such that pointing from stronger to weaker team. Now this I don't have to consider, this I don't have to consider. For this particular index, it's 1. So ith team is better than the jth team. So the graph goes like this. We have traversed all the relationships and we got this directed acyclic graph. From this graph, we can see that the champion is 1 as there is no team which is pointing to 1. That means 1 is the strongest among all the teams. From here, we get this idea that if we keep track of a number of in degrees, I mean, if I create an array such that it saves how many of the edges are pointing to me. For 0th index, first index, second index. For 0th index, only 1 is pointing to it. So I'll write 1. For first index, there is nothing pointing to it, that is 0. And for second index, there are 2 nodes pointing to it. So the value is 2. So in an in degree, whoever has the value as 0, that index is going to be the winner. So this is the logic. What we will do in the coding section is we will traverse this particular part, and for each of the indices, we will populate the in degree. So for example, when there is 0 and 1, and we can see that 1 is greater as because it is 0, we know that 0 would be getting an in degree of 1. So from this value, the in degree got increased, and for 2, it got in degree increased for these two values, and none of them increased the in degree of 1, hence 1 is the answer. Let us see how to code this problem. Let's start coding. First, I'll save the size of the grid.size. Got it. Now we will define the in degree vector. Okay, vector of int, I'll call it in degree. And size of this one is n, and I initiate all of them with 0. Okay. Now we traverse the upper triangular upper triangular matrix. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n and I plus plus, the value of j begins from I plus 1. So j is the one which would be traversing the column. So int j is equal to I plus 1 because we only want to target the upper triangular matrix. J is less than n, comma j plus plus. Great. Now we have two conditions. If the grid of I, j, if it is 0, if let us say if it is 1, that means the ith team is stronger than the jth team. That means there would be a arrow pointing to jth team. I will do in degree of j plus plus. That means I is stronger than j. Else, if it is 0, then in degree of I should be incremented. Done. Now our in degree is set. We need to traverse the in degree for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. If in degree value in degree of I is equal to 0, this is our answer. This is the strongest team which had no inbound edges. Just for the sake of completion, here return 0. In our question, it was properly given that there will be an answer. That's why I'm pretty sure we will be, sorry, return I here, that we'll be returning here. But for cases where there are multiple in degree zeros, here we are just simply returning 0, which wouldn't be possible in any of the test cases, I hope. Let's run. Okay, submit. Yeah, it is accepted. Thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe, please.